Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Gabby, the CRO at Verifone. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Waiting to start the weekend.
Very nice. Please tell us, what is Verifone?
Okay, so Verifone is a fintech leader that provides end-to-end payment and commerce solutions to world's best-known brands. I'm talking about financial institutions, a lot of e-com, and directly to, I would say, approximately 600,000 merchants. And what Verifone does, because I'm trying to keep it short, it enables omni-channel commerce. So it's trying to provide for shoppers a flexible and new way of buying at a global level.
Right. And how about to checkout? I know to checkout is part of Verifone, so please explain that to us.
Right. Yeah. So actually, I work for Verifone, but I work for To Checkout, which is part of Verifone. It's part of Verifone's e-com division. And what To Checkout is, it's an all-in-one monetization platform. So what it does is it helps clients drive sales growth across online channels. So let's say you have a business and you want to sell worldwide, and you you don't really have the resources to build your own team. You can go to the To Checkout services, and you're gonna get digital services, you're gonna get global payments, subscription billing, merchandising, taxes, compliance. We make sure everything's okay for your business to, be compliant and run smoothly, but we also focus on helping you generate revenue growth. And the story with To Checkout and Verifone, in a nutshell, is that Verifone acquired To Checkout approximately 3 years ago, with the intent of becoming experts in e-com, because Verifone used to be perceived just as selling POSs or devices for you, whenever you put your card to purchase something.
I see it everywhere.
Because of that, they acquired To Checkout, and now they're doing this omni-channel strategy.
Amazing. And what you say are the top features?
Oh my God, top features. So the To Checkout product is very complex. In itself, it's a platform that provides a lot of things. My team, we only focus on the shopping cart. So To Checkout also helps you build your own shopping cart. We host it, we optimize it, we develop new shopping cart templates as time goes by. But the To Checkout product in itself is more than just the cart. It's global payments. As I said, we offer reporting and analytics. You get global taxes. I would say these are top features. You get constant support, like merchant and shopper services. They tackle that. We pretty much cover everything you need to, make sure your e-com business runs smoothly. I think what I like here, it's that they actually have flexible business models. So like if you have a small business, you can still use us. If you have a large business, you can still go to us. We help also with product setup, bundling, renewals, follow-up emails. So we pretty much take care of everything e-com wise.
Okay, that was my next.
A/B testing, of course.
Right. That was my next question about the use cases, but you already answered great. And I'm curious now about the pricing. How does it work?
So the pricing, yes, the pricing is a really complex, maybe interesting topic. It really depends on the product you choose. So To Checkout has a series of options that you can go for depending on the type of business you have, whether you are just online goods or whether you are in retail. So it's at first these two categories, and depending on that, you have some subcategories that you can go for. And the pricing, of course, there's a standard price that you can pay, but it depends on the features and all the add-ons you choose for. So it's usually set together with a CSM, which is who is a client sales representative, or together with just a sales rep.
Right. And how about the integrations? What do you see are the most used integrations to checkout?
Shopify is a part of our business, but I think we provide our own integration, meaning we help you integrate your product. So the bigger chunk of integration is actually us. It's to check out. You can see it at the upper part of your shopping cart. It usually says to check out, but since we got rebranded into Verifone, you might actually see Verifone on some of the carts.
Right. And do you plan to keep that to checkout branding or continue with Verifone branding?
So this is a tricky question because, this has been an internal thing that we debated. I think the strategy right now is to make Verifone into a brand that is recognized for doing e-com as well. So after that happens, we are confident that if we put the logo on a shopping cart, people will know that it's, a safe cart, a well-known brand. But until then, I think we're like in transition because To Checkout used to be a 15-year-old company, so a lot of people recognize the brand, which is why for now I know they're sticking with that. Yeah.
And I love to know how competitive is your space and how does it look?
So when you're asking how competitive the space, I think I'm going to address from an e-com perspective and from a CRO perspective. Because if you want the main competitors for Verifone, it's a bit different than the main competitors for To Checkout. So I'll just focus on To Checkout.
Yes.
I think it is a competitive market. There are a lot of other payment processors, not just To Checkout. What I think is interesting for To Checkout/Verifone is that only one out of our competitors have their own conversion rate optimization team. So I think that's a big competitive advantage. Like building your own in-house CRO team is hard to do. And contracting an external CRO agency may be more expensive than, having us work for the same company that helps you with process payment.
Yes.
So I would say there are a lot of competitors out there, which is not bad. I mean, it's we do our own competitor analysis, we do our own research. We always try to innovate, in case we notice someone else is doing something different. So yeah.
And what do you actually do as the CRO?
Okay, what do we do as CRO? Okay. I was thinking of explaining it the way I explained it to my parents, but I'm not going to do that because I expect the audience to not be my parents. I mean, they're going to watch this, but so in a nutshell, we generate revenue growth for businesses who process their payments with us. That's like the shortest way to explain it. However, CRO stands for conversion rate optimization. It's a bit different than experimentation for people who are like in this community. They're going to approach both. We experiment, but the layer is we have to help our clients generate revenue growth. And we do that through a bunch of tactics. We do A/B testing to help with client acquisition or client retention. We do other types of testing. We do something that's called bake-offs when we actually go and compete with one of our competitors, meaning I'm not going to name names because I don't know the policy on that, but it's like if a client is not sure whether they want to go to us or to someone else, we actually enter an A/B test where the variations are our shopping cart and the competitor's shopping cart.
Nice.
And these are very complex. And for me, it's like super nice because it's very data driven. It's like that's the way to make a business decision, not on preference or whoever you know from someplace else. So that's us. So client retention, client acquisition, and we also do a product or platform development, meaning all the insights from our A/B tests or from our special projects, we actually feed into the platform to make it better. If a client says, well, I'm missing this metric from the platform and I notice that I need it, based on your A/B test, we go to the product team and we tell them, can you enhance the product and add this feature?
Right. Okay. And sounds good. And how about the time you joined? When exactly did you join the company?
Oh my God. I think I joined the company, I think it's close to 3 years now. Yes.
Okay.
It was a challenge at first. It happened while a short time after To Checkout was acquired by Verifone, so these kind of transitions are not easy to handle. I joined as a senior CRO expert, and 3 months in, I became the manager of the team. So yeah,
Congratulations.
it was a nice opportunity. Even if it was challenging, I'm quite confident that people grow when they're challenged. So with that in mind, for me, it was nice because I got to expand the team. I had a lot of CRO knowledge prior to joining Verifone, and because of that, I wanted to bring more people to the team to tackle, more business. So it's the largest formula we've been in right now, and I'm happy
How many
with the
people?
people. We're 7. Yeah.
Okay. And
It's
how do
7
you
of us.
describe the culture overall?
The culture overall
Of the team, yeah.
of the team. Dysfunctional professional family. No, we really like each other, which I think most of us have come from places where we didn't necessarily have a lovely, happy team. So I think the way that I recruited everyone made this happen. We like each other, we challenge each other, we collaborate a lot, we laugh a lot. I think we might annoy some people by how much we laugh. But when it's business time, it's business time. When it's fun time, it's fun time. That's how I would describe the team.
That's great. And throughout your journey, throughout these 3 years, what did you say was your biggest challenge or biggest mistakes, lessons learned, something that you can share with the audience?
Interesting. I don't think I've thought about this. Biggest challenge. In terms of people management, it was my first experience with managing a larger group. I used to lead 1 or 2 people, but not 7. And I'm not saying it's a challenge necessarily to lead people, but I think when you're involved in the hiring process, you kind of realize how many personalities there are out there, how hard it is to get someone to join a company. And then I would say my learning from that is when to not, when to be assertive, but when to know what your boundaries are. Cause I tend to be like, we'll just give you everything. We'll just give you space on the moon. Just come join us. So I'm like, nope, I need to to set a boundary and make sure, whoever I hire is fine with what I'm here to offer. Yeah, I would say that's one of the things I learned here.
Okay, that's great. And today, what do you say are the most successful go-to-market strategies for acquiring new customers?
Oh, with us. Well, I would still say sales. I hope you're watching this and give me cake when I go to the office. So I think it's a bit, again, the way the CRO team stands in the product org here and the fact that we are actually an internal department for payment processor. To every question that I get, the answers are a bit more nuanced. We rely a lot on sales, especially when it comes to new prospects, because they go to them and they present the CRO services, and we're part of the package that they sell. So that's how some of our business comes to us. We usually cover B2C, some cases B2B. Other than the sales team, we are It's not go-to-market. I would say it's internal. We look a lot at our platform data. So keep in mind, we have access to 600,000 merchants. So we look at that and we identify opportunities based on audits or just on reports we pull. And we go to the clients because, it's a close circuit here. So we go to clients and we just tell them, hey, we noticed this, and that. There's room for growth here. You can either do it yourself. You can come to us so that we provide CRO services, but we forecast this revenue growth, which will benefit you as a business and also to check out as a platform because we take a commission out of that.
Okay, makes sense. Now, I'd love to know how you started your career and if you can share your story.
The start of my career.
Yes.
I like to think I'm younger than I am.
Like everybody.
I think so. I started working I was in my 20s. Yeah, I think I was 20. So web content editing, that was my first job. I was in an advertising agency. That turned into me being a copywriter at a big pharmaceutical chain. Then it was social media for a while. And before Verifone, I worked for a big corporation that I think your generation might not know of because their brand used to be on every single computer in the world. So I worked for a big corporation for 5 years. And I would say that's where I fully focused on CRO. Prior to that, I got a lot of digital marketing skills, which really helped me because when you're a manager, you have to know a lot of things.
Yes.
But I would say yes. The 5 years prior to Verifone were fundamental to my CRO knowledge, and I am super grateful for that.
And what advice would you give to people looking to learn what to do to get into the space and the niche?
Yes, it is a small niche, so there's room for everyone. I would advise people to try it, depending on where you are. There are just a few markets where there's like a big concentration of CRO experts. Other than that, for me, it's like, go try it. It's a big professional opportunity. Patience, because practice makes perfect, but you need to be patient. And I know that people in their 20s now, they feel the sense to make everything happen super fast. And I think one piece of advice from my side is with CRO in particular, even if practice, makes perfect, you need to know the theory. You need to understand statistics. You need to understand strategy. You need to understand metrics and all that before you practice it. Otherwise, it's going to be somewhat messy.
And what learnings did you get by hiring these 7 people? What can you tell us?
Learnings?
Yeah. Or let's see, what do you look at?
What do I look at? What?
Yes. What do you look at? Qualities or certain traits or, I don't know, experience in the past? Or what are your takeaways on that?
I think I'm always learning patience when it comes to people. I think they helped me become even more flexible, and they kind of helped me with this quality, meaning I can adapt after people's tempers, personality. I tapped into, and leadership sounds pompous, but I tapped into wanting to somewhat lead people in terms of helping them grow. Because for each one of them, I have a career path that I figured out together with them.
Nice.
And we're taking steps every quarter to make sure they're on their path. Not like robots, but like, I have a vision.
Yes.
So I think they helped me with my vision on how they should grow.
That's amazing. I love that mindset. But how about for people that just start their career, just in their 20s? Or let's say to you yourself when you're 20, what advice would you give yourself?
I would say work a lot. You can go to the clubs in the weekends. That's fine. I did that. But I would say work a lot. Try to ask questions. I used to ask a lot of questions. Otherwise, I think I would have not known half of the things I know.
Yes.
Try to find... Again, maybe this is particular to Romania, so I'm not sure if it's global advice. If possible, start working when you're in college, not after college. Don't waste those years. because you're gonna be way ahead of others if you start working when you're 19 and 20, and it's easy for you to reroute in case you've discovered you don't like that or you like that, other than not losing 3 years, but it's a slower start afterwards, I'd say.
Absolutely.
And find an internship. Just if you don't find anyone to hire you, look for an internship. You can even take, I used to have a friend, she's still my friend. I think she had 7 internships.
Wow.
Until someone hired her, and she's really good now, and she's super good in paid advertising.
Wow.
It's a matter of learning, being patient, and
but also wanting to work and putting in the effort. Yeah, good advice. I love it. What's your favorite software product to use?
Favorite software. So I thought about this because when we last chatted, you kind of hinted at this, and I'm like, what is my favorite software? I think from a practical perspective, if I didn't have Outlook and Teams, I would not be able to do my job. So they're not my favorite, but I use them a lot, and they work, and I have them on every device, and everything's fine. In terms of what I really like, and I think this qualifies as a software, I like Canva a lot. Maybe a lot of people like it. But for me, because of all my past skills and also small, joys of life, meaning I am a really creative person and I like to draw a lot. So in Canva, it's like I'm kind of tapping into this, but I make it professional,
Mm-hmm.
So it's the best of both worlds.
Thank you for sharing. Is there anything else that you want to tell us today on the podcast before we close down?
Oh my God, I don't know. Haven't thought of this. What do people usually say to this?
Usually they have one last piece of advice or something that they want to share about their company, if there are any people interested or stuff like that.
Okay, perfect. So this is my pitch. We have an online CRO repository. It's called CRO Knowledge Repository. And I would say this is the best advice I have for people. I created this because a lot of webinars that I hosted in the past, people in the audience would ask me, how do I start? Where do I, what's the beginning for me if I want to do CRO?
Yes.
So we kind of put this in place. There's no gimmick behind it. It's like if it was my own, it's on tocheckout.com, but if it's Edi's, it's my own. And you can find their hubs, podcasts, people to follow, books, whatever you want to study in the industry, you can find it there. So that's my last piece of advice.
This is super helpful, and I'm glad that we got the time to share it. So yeah, thank you so much for joining the podcast. You did fantastic, and I'm grateful that you joined. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian.